Hey, oh, we're back, everybody. I own a different hat. I promise. Nicky owns a different hat. Chris is wearing one of our merch hats. We'll show those off later.
That was not on purpose.
No.
My hair's a mess.
This is Sports and Spaghetti. I got the intros. And today, we have a plethora of things in front of us. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show for Nicky.
You know what I forgot to do?
What'd you forget?
I forgot to turn the lights on. Bear with me.
I just noticed that, yeah.
We can still do the show.
Of course. It's just going to get brighter after a little bit.
Hi. The people are going to be like, you didn't turn the lights on. De gente.
I like the shorts. I've gotten on
My
the shorter.
cow shorts.
I've gotten on the shorter inseam train when I go to the gym.
I've been on the train. I got the cow shorts. They match Sabrina's cow jammies. She loves when we match.
Love that.
That's her. That's why I got them, to match her. Yeah. Very good.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we have so much. We have 6 bowls. 6 bowls of varying sizes.
And styles.
And styles. I will say all of them, well, these 3 were bought because of Sabrina, and these 3 we had before her, I think. But this is a Pooh Bear one. This is a kid bowl with like sauce residue on it. You know how they get that ring when they're in the dishwasher? And this is a Sabrina bowl too. They suction to a knot tablecloth.
Oh, that's cool.
So that a kid hypothetically won't like fling it. Okay. Yeah, okay.
So, Chris, tell our viewers what we have in the bowls.
We've got various cereals. Anthony, pick them up and put them up. Put them up. So we've got cereals today. All right. I was directed by Nick to make this quick today. So he's very tired.
That was not my direction. My direction was coming to do it another day.
And so we're doing it today. Anyway, we have 6 different cereals. Now you might ask, why did you spend all that money on cereal? You spent $35 on cereal, and well, it's not entirely false. It's those 6 things of cereal probably would have cost about $12, maybe $14 altogether.
4 years ago.
Oh dear. But it's true.
Yeah.
Anyhow, this is never mind. Nicky is gonna try them all today.
Yes.
And the whole reason why doesn't Nick tell everybody why we're doing this?
Because I've never eaten cereal in my entire life.
Nick, I need you to look into the camera.
Look
I've
at
noticed
the camera.
I've noticed my editing. I don't get you enough in it because you're never looking at the camera.
And he's got the
Repeat that,
hat
please.
over his eyes, the black hat. Raise the brim and speak.
I've never eaten cereal a day in my life.
Not one
Not a
piece,
single bite.
not a bite.
So I was kind of briefing my coworker about the episode today, and he asked, "What did you do for breakfast?" I guessed Pop-Tart Kid.
No, he's never eaten a Pop-Tart either. Oh wait, no, he likes Pop-Tarts. He likes some Pop-Tarts.
So, like, what did you eat for breakfast as a kid?
Bagels.
Bagel.
Oh,
It
okay.
was just a bagel.
Egos. Waffles.
He would tunnel through the middle of the bagel. Yeah, I'm serious. Mrs. Fitzgerald, his kindergarten teacher, called him a tunneler.
That's what I'm on right now. Waffles. Egos.
Okay. So,
So he's moved from bagels
To
as a
waffles.
kid all the way to Eggos.
The pancakes were easier to make.
Pancakes.
pancakes are good.
Yeah. But there's nothing easier to make than a bowl of cereal.
Yeah. It's the first thing every kid is gonna learn.
One
to
of
make,
them, at
one of the
least.
first things.
Uh,
This maybe mac and cheese.
that's up there, PB and J.
Yep.
This is right in that realm of kid stuff. I know Sabrina's eaten. I don't know if she said Cocoa Krispies,
She will because. they're
Well,
in the
yeah.
house.
but she's had Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Reese's Puffs. She's had Golden Grahams. She's had Cheerios. Cheerios are like the kids' first cereal because they dissolve pretty fast. She likes Apple Jacks. That's her favorite, though. Apple Jacks are her favorite cereal.
Apple Jacks are good. I feel like didn't you say that was a mouse cereal as well?
Melissa likes them. I don't hate Apple Jacks. I just don't really love them. I think my mom and I were talking, and we thought that Nick would like them.
I think they're pretty good. They're cinnamony.
Yes, they
But they're
are
not-
cinnamony,
It's
and that's why my mom doesn't like them. We were talking about cinnamon cereal, and how I was talking about CTC, and she was saying how she doesn't like that one.
I've been on record to say that I don't like cinnamon.
Well, there's two
There's two.
cinnamon cereals for you to
Right.
try
I don't
today.
like cinnamon at all.
Well, here's the deal. What you're going to do is you're going to wait for Anthony and I to explain which ones we picked, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to try them all.
and then you're gonna rank them 1 to 6.
That's the food segment.
That's our
today.
food.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like this. Like at all.
That's the whole point.
Chris and I storyboarded a little this week. You're not gonna like what else we have to say.
No. Go ahead, Anthony.
We'll get there. No,
No.
I'm just saying eventually.
Oh,
like we'll
oh.
off camera we'll talk.
Oh yeah, with the plans. The
Yeah.
plans.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony.
You're putting it together, aren't you?
No, I'm not at all.
Oh, okay.
I just have no idea.
Okay,
It's nothing crazy.
Anthony. Which cereals have you chosen for Nicky to try?
All right, my 3 cereals are as followed in order. Life Cinnamon.
For your favorite to least?
These are my favorite.
Your
to
top
least favorite.
three.
These are my
Top three.
It is Life Cinnamon, followed by Golden Grams, followed by Honey Nut Cheerios.
So so Cinnamon Life is your favorite cereal ever?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, cool. Golden Grams are number 2 and Honey Nut Cheerios are 3.
I was a Cinnamon Toast Crunch kid, and then I had Golden Grams surprisingly late in life, like within the last 2 years.
Oh wow.
And then I always liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch growing up, and then I had Golden Grams, and I think it's been well documented on this show that I like graham crackers. A
Yes.
big graham cracker guy, and that's what they taste like. So there's that, and then Old Faithful. They help with the cholesterol. Leslie, I think it's Leslie Baker that plays Stanley. He's in the commercials from
Yes.
Office.
Yes.
Leslie
yes.
David Baker, I think his name is.
Yes.
He's in those. They do some good commercials. They have the Honey Nut Cheerios. It's a classic.
I love Honey Nut Cheerios. It's always a nice thing to have. Sometimes they do the heart-shaped Cheerios.
Like the heart health cholesterol.
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios with a banana can't be beat. The banana cut up in the morning.
I think Life with a banana. I think most cereals taste good with banana as long as they're plain. 2 of my cereal, actually all 3 of mine probably wouldn't be so good with a banana. Now, if you know me, you know I like to eat healthy. And I don't think I would describe any of the 3 I picked as healthy whatsoever. So it might come as a surprise. Very colorful boxes, and especially Reese's Puffs. They always have they try to be like edgy with the box design. So my favorite cereal of all time is Cocoa Krispies, and the reason why it's not Reese's Puffs, before you got here today, I ate a little of each, and I tried the Reese's Puffs, and I was like, that might be number 1, but it is Cocoa Krispies, and it's because of the milk situation. The milk turns into chocolate milk. That's like a known thing. It's not a secret. It's a known thing about the Cocoa Krispie. And that in itself, I remember the first time I tried them was at Hershey Park when I was there as a kid. The first time I ever tried them was there at the breakfast. They have them in that big cylinder, and you turn the thing and they fall out.
Yep.
I think I had 2
Like
of
a
them.
grain silo.
Yeah. Yes. And I ate 2 bowls. It was the first time I ever had like 2 bowls of anything. I was in love with them, and I've loved them since. I've always loved Reese's Puffs, and CTC was on sale at the store. I will say, I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's not in my top 3, but the reason why I picked it, I had to sub it in because Frosted Mini Wheats was going to be my 3rd, and they only had the big, huge box that I'll never go through, and it was $8, and that is obscene for a box of cereal. So is $5.99, which is what these cost. $5.99 for this box! Can you even imagine?
That's
That is
crazy.
a crime!
Yeah.
I was robbed!
My Golden Grams were on sale, which was nice. Those were $3.
Where's the sticker you put on the gas station pump? I did that!
Again, though, I also think that we can't have a cereal episode without having Cinnamon Toast Crunch because
You
it
did
is-
say that off air.
it is.
You did say
It is the I think it's the most popular cereal amongst our age. I would assume because you can poll. We'll do a poll on the IG. We'll hear what the listeners have to say.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see. I think these are definitely. I know these are way more kid cereal than
Oh, then mine.
than
yeah.
yours.
Oh,
Yeah, especially the Life. But yeah, especially Reese's Puffs and CTC are definitely super kid cereal. I mean, what I love about Reese's Puffs is that you can have them for a snack. Really, all three, all six. Cereal is so great because it's a breakfast or a dinner or a lunch or a snack.
Yeah, see, Jules is a cereal for dinner person, and I was like never.
I would do that. I would if I had to. I'm going to tonight. I cannot wait to have like a bowl of each of these two when I get home. I don't care. I'll make some chicken nugs for protein. I had a lot of protein today, so I'm good. I'm just gonna have some carbo load and sugar.
That's great.
Oh!
You know what else I think you guys talked about off there? I think you talked about the fact that you guys are tired of getting yelled at for eating on air. So now this entire episode is basically eating on air for the entire segment.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, I think we'll go from closest to Nicky over to closest to me. Nicky.
Do we want to take these off the table or no?
Yes, sorry. Let's do it. I love being on camera.
Yeah.
This makes it so much more fun.
Yeah, I
we
feel
could
like
do
there's-
stuff like
I
this
feel
now.
like there's an accountability too, where it's like we have to bring our A game.
Yeah, we're doing this live. It's so much fun. It's fun. It matters. It matters. All right, I'm gonna put my mic. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
Oh, we
I'm
have
gonna-
functions to mute it now.
So now it won't make a big boom. So this is whole milk.
So
I'll clean it, Dad. Don't worry, I'll clean it.
It's whole milk. He will clean it.
He told me, he goes, don't make a mess. I'll clean it, relax. That's all the milk you need right there.
Yeah, you
All right,
need much.
so Nick.
Before I start, I'd like to say that I believe this is in order of least wanting to try to most wanting.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Take the spoon. The spoon's clean. This is a Honey Nut Cheerio.
Dude,
That is
I
the
can't
most
do that.
harmless cereal.
I asked the Andrew Zimmer method, where just give us 2 bites.
Now give it. I need one.
Just one.
One bite.
dude,
Okay,
I
one bite.
can't do it. Like genuinely.
Yes, you can. It's just cereal.
It's cereal.
And my recommendation is that you don't let it sit longer.
Yeah, the ones
The
that
longer you let sit,
Okay.
the mushier it gets. It will not be mushy at all if you eat it right
No, I
now.
don't want that many.
So then take less. Eat it.
Nah, this is tough, bro.
It's just cereal, Nick.
This is I was honestly gonna say before I got here that if you make me try Cheerios, like I'm not gonna try them.
it's honey nut. Just
It's
try
Honey
it.
Nut Cheerios.
What's
It's
the
not.
difference?
They're
It's
they
sweet.
They don't
It's
taste
sweet,
like
Nick.
packaged
It's
peanuts.
just regular Cheerios are abominable. I've said it. I don't care if they're in the famous yellow box. They're terrible.
Dude,
They're very
like, I
plain.
need to close my nose. Like,
Eat it. It's just cereal, man. You tried a sweet potato. You tried
Listen,
pilau.
if you can eat gnocchis, you can get through this.
Oh yeah, come on. All right, eat it. Take a
Okay,
bite.
okay.
Take a bite. It's just cereal. He's gonna be like, oh, that's actually not bad. Why did I hate this for all these years? That's what cereal tastes like.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay, it's not good.
It's okay.
It's not good.
It's a training wheel
All right,
cereal.
that is like the gateway drug of cereals.
That's the most tame one you're probably.
That's the
gonna have.
easiest one to eat. I'm not saying any of them taste bad, but if you can't get through that, then good luck with Golden
I
Grams.
was not a fan.
All right, Golden Grams are really yummy. That's all you need. Go ahead.
What's the story behind Golden Graham?
They're like graham crackers.
Graham crackers.
Have you ever had a graham cracker? I love this guy. I love this kid. All right, Golden Grams.
Dude, this is actually gonna take a whole hour. Like straight up. Like, I can't do this.
No, it won't. This is cereal number 2.
Nah, like I need
This is a golden gram he's freaking out
I
about.
need a chaser.
Here's some milk.
Yeah, please, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, please.
All right, don't drink it all because you have
I know,
5
I know,
more
I know.
cereals.
Well, you're
to try.
giving me drops of milk. Okay.
You could put more milk in there if you want. Alright, eat it. Eat the golden graham. It's so good. It's perfectly good. It's like perfectly good food.
It really is.
I really don't like
Oh, this is amazing.
This
Oh,
is-
this is
I
like
really,
pure.
this
How
is
you
a great
feel?
idea.
I really don't like it, man.
Just eat it. Just eat the golden graham.
But this put me off already.
That's better tasting than those. You're killing me. What do you think?
They are better than those.
I told you it was better. All right, now this one's the hardest. This one you're gonna.
You think so?
He's gonna not like those. He's not gonna like. My recommendation for the life is that you eat it as soon as I put the milk in.
Yeah, they get when they're
If you let those sit for 5 minutes, it'll just absorb all the milk and just be mush. Don't do that.
you just eat them quick.
See? Now that's cinnamon life, so it's got a little bit more flavor. Oh, you don't like cinnamon though.
Is that valid?
That's good.
That's
good.
fine. That's enough. See, now I want to eat them. I'm gonna get yelled at though. All right, that. Excuse me. No?
I mean, the cereal itself is okay. I can't do cinnamon though. I straight up. Like, I already knew I didn't like cinnamon.
All right, put these away. Put those down.
We'll keep them over here.
Put them, move them down off the table or
Oh
something.
my god, bro. Wait, oh, never mind.
What?
I thought it was a spider.
Well, what is it?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? It is just.
Oh
It's
my
just
god, I can't do that.
It's
No,
just a
no,
little
no,
spider.
I'm done. Like, straight up, I'm gonna leave.
It's that big.
No. I'm done. Straight
That's
up, I'm gonna leave.
that spider. What is wrong with him? Okay.
No, because you're making me do this, and now there's that. Okay?
All right. So you tried Anthony's from third to first. So you're gonna try mine from third to first. So this is. Now these are our top three. Is there a cereal I hate? Regular Rice Krispies suck. I think I don't like.
I'm not a
those.
Kix guy.
They're all right. I don't mind cakes. I don't mind them. You know what cereal I really hate is Special K. It doesn't do anything.
I like the ones with the strawberries though.
Melissa does
Like
too.
the freeze dried strawberries. I like those.
I don't like anything about Special K, but that's okay. All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
This is the quintessential cereal.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Go ahead. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's everything it sounds like. Truly. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, CTC.
Oh.
CTC. CTE.
Just don't like cinnamon.
That one's more cinnamon sugar though, so that one's better.
It's it's less pure. It's more, isn't it? It's way more cinnamony. It's oh my god, he's gonna hate this more than the gnocchi. All right, give the milk. You got two more. All right, Nick. In my opinion, these are the two best cereals in the world.
It's very valid too. It's valid.
They're good. They're both very good.
These are they're in my top 5. It's just I knew they'd be. Chris and I had
We
a
talked
conversation
before
previous.
this, yes. And Honey Nut Cheerios are really close for me. They're very good too. Golden Grams are up there too.
Now see, I would almost pour both of them now, make him go Reese's first, and then that way you get a little chocolatey in the milk.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Please save me some milk.
Okay. Oh, look, Anthony. Look at that.
It's just starting already.
Look at how good that looks. I like the white milk on the brown cereal. It just looks nice in the bowl.
It does look appetizing.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks delicious.
All right, brother, hit up that Reese's.
The
Puff.
Reese's Puffs you'll like. Definitely you'll like these. You will not. You might go to the store, go to work tomorrow and buy these.
Can I ask what the difference in the color is?
Yep, the peanut butter ones are the brown, the light brown, and the chocolate is the dark brown.
So this is a valid bite.
Yeah,
I would take 4 pieces.
and a little milk too.
4 pieces. You're gonna like that one, trust me. Those, the good thing about those is that they can sit for a while and not get stale.
But there's a very fine line of sitting. They go quick.
And then they're done.
Yeah.
But they can sit for a while, and so can CTC.
Yeah.
Dude, I can, man.
You're going to.
I know. Okay, Jesus.
Jesus. Weezus. Christ.
Dude, no. I'm honestly only doing 2. Next year, no.
I think this is the most harmless.
Yeah, this is probably the one you're gonna like the most.
It's peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Must be the honey. I know
That's
it's
a
not
good
that.
one. That one's good.
What did you think?
Oh, that was fun.
I told you it was fun. All right. Oh my
It's starting to turn.
me.
It's starting to turn.
Oh boy, look at that milk. This is what I'm talking about. All right?
Oh, dude, stop! Nah, it needs to get away.
Is it just a spider?
Nick!
Get rid of it.
Nicholas!
If it comes near me, I swear to God,
Just stomp him out on camera.
it's gonna die, and you're gonna be sad.
Just eat the cereal. Eat the Cocoa Rice Krispies. This is my favorite cereal of all time. I'm telling you, if you're watching this and you don't know Nick, he's not acting. This is not an act.
Dude, honestly, the guy that is.
The spider's watching you beat it! He's got 2 factors working against him right now.
This is really bad.
The spider's staring at
What's
him.
it called? Exposure therapy? This is what this is.
It's
Right
full
now.
immersion.
Okay.
Cocoa Crispy. Oh, none better.
Stop!
He's under the table! He's under the table!
I just don't want it crawling up the legs at this point. I don't care.
I'm not doing this.
What did you
That was
think?
fine. That was fine.
Alright, see, I told you you wouldn't hate them. Alright. So you're going to now rank them from worst to best.
You can place them in order, worst to best.
Okay.
Honestly, Anthony, the spider's not a problem.
I'm not worried about it.
Alright. You place them from worst to best.
Okay.
So in the number 6 spot, what do you got?
Worst to best. Okay. Worst.
Those are
Yeah.
the Cheerios.
Yeah, easily. Very easy.
Put it up front.
Those are garbage.
Put them up here.
Like that actually made me not want to finish the entire thing.
Well, look, you got through. You tried 6 cereals today. Now you can say you've eaten cereal, and you've had 6 spoonfuls of cereal.
Okay.
All right, 5.
The life.
All right, life is 5th best.
Yeah. Cinnamon.
You're probably completely off camera.
I know.
It's because of the spider?
Yes.
It's just a spider can't kill you.
Cinnamon toast crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is 4.
Now that's a bold one. I would have thought it would rank a little better.
He doesn't like cinnamon cereal.
What do I have left?
You have Golden Grams,
Oh,
Reese's Puffs, and Cocoa Krispies.
Gluten grams.
Golden Grams 3rd. This is how I kind of thought it would go.
These 2 are pretty close.
I figured he'd like them. They're very kid. They're palatable for kids.
They are kid friendly.
This is a tough one. Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs 2 and Cocoa Krispies 1. So you
Yes.
agree with me. All right.
That's a
Nick,
great
move the
list.
Cheerios down a little bit. It's safe.
Nick, that's actually insane, dude.
I didn't know you were afraid of spiders like that. Where'd you get that from?
Dude, like I'll kill it if I have to, but I don't want it near me. Like we're just letting it crawl around.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah, it could call somewhere else.
It probably
And
is.
it is, and it probably did.
It's probably not. It's out of sight, I'd assume.
No, it's probably out of the table.
And anyway, there you have it, everybody. Nicky tried 6 cereals today, and he chose Cocoa Krispies as his favorite, and Honey Nut Cheerios as his least
No! No. I was so done.
So Nick is.
It's over here.
It's taunting you.
Nah.
I don't even see it.
No, it's right under the beginning. Stop.
This is
No,
ridiculous.
it's right over here.
You guys are
Where?
absolutely ridiculous.
I'm coaxing it towards you.
Where is this thing? Give me the spider. Get him out of here.
Over there.
Friends, look, he's trying to go where it's dark. This is insane, Nick. Climb on there.
We've gone officially off the rails, boys.
Oh no, now he's outside. Absolutely ridiculous, you dummy.
Dude, I came back.
Unbelievable.
I came back to the table.
First
and
the
he starts
cereal, now
crawling,
the spider.
And now he starts crawling.
Unbelievable. Sabrina would be laughing at you. I'm gonna show her this.
Dude, this is unreal. I'm not laughing. Like, you made me do this, and then I feel like you brought that. I swear to God.
Spider's a paid
You
actor.
brought that spider. I swear to God.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, there you have it. There's our food segment
That's
for
the food
today.
segment.
See, the cereal is past now. It's all turned. But that's okay. Yes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all the fanfare.
That was a good one. We'll put some polls up in our Instagram. We'll have you vote on your favorite cereal. Let's see if you agree with Nicky. We'll do his top 2, I guess, and vote that out.
Oh, dear God. He has provided us with quite the entertainment this evening.
It's been a good time.
I was not entertained.
We're getting post work tired, Nicky.
Yeah, he just worked the 7th straight day.
And we're forcing him to eat cereals.
And the spider is in the mix. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, then. Here we go. It's in no particular order time. You ordered your cereals. I am not ordering these. I have 2 bads this week.
I love that.
I'm 1 good. And no, I have 2 bads. Okay. The first bad is France in the handball quarterfinals that took place this morning, Wednesday morning. France had a 6-goal lead in the second half of the play. There's 2 30-minute halves, okay? That is 6-goal lead in handball, which is a pretty hefty lead. I mean, it's not insurmountable, but it's a good lead. Germany was the team they were playing, and Germany came back, and they tied the game with like 5.5 minutes left, and then it was very even going down the stretch. But France had a couple real good calls go their way, maybe a couple questionable calls go their way. They had a few 7-meter shots, like, or 7-foot shots, or whatever it was called. I think it was 7 meters. Like a penalty shot, essentially. And they scored one, then they scored another, so they went up 2 with a minute left. So the French goalie was playing out of his mind. He made like 20 saves. It was like 20-something to 20-something. He made 20 saves in handball, which is insane. There's 15 seconds left. It's the 2-goal lead. So Germany gets awarded a 7-meter throw. If I said kick before, forgive me. He scored, so it was a 1-goal game. But there was like, the time was going. The time runs right after the ball goes in the net. So all France had to do was carry the ball, make 1 pass, and hold it. That's all he had to do. So the goalie made the pass out to the player. The player made the pass out to another player. That should have been the game. Germany was stood still on their side of the court, the game was over, right? They were just getting ready for the time to run down. They lost. France calls timeout. They call timeout. And I don't know why. The announcers were like, interesting. Bold strategy, Cotton. All they had to do after that was pick up the ball and complete a pass over the half court or whatever, and the game is over. So, the ball was picked up, the pass was made. Then suddenly Germany decides they want to try to get a steal here. So the French guy throws the ball right to the German player. 2-on-1. Clean breakaway. The one doesn't even matter in handball. Because what is he going to, what is one going to do? The guy fakes a pass and launches it with 1 second left on the clock by the goalie to tie the score. Why did they call a timeout? What a blunder on the coach of France. The biggest blunder I've seen in the Olympics so far.
Now, was this a medal? Like, was this a medal?
This is the
game?
quarterfinals
So this is one to go to the. Yeah.
to play in the semifinals. France lost the game in overtime.
That's worse than Miami. Do you remember when we did that?
Yes.
That was worse than Miami not calling a knee and calling the running play.
Yes. It is worse because this is the Olympics.
Yeah.
And furthermore, it's a quarterfinal game and the other team was giving up. They conceded. And then they called timeout and they said, the coach was like, don't give up. We can still tie this game. And bada bing, they did just that. And France, in front of 28,000 home fans, 28,000 people
For handball.
for handball, just left stunned silence.
Stunned but still alive.
Stunned but still alive, unfortunately. The French handball team was not alive. They are done. What a blunder. Just an awful, awful result. And I was rooting for France because they're the home country and whatever. But then as soon as they tied the game, I was rooting for Germany. I was like, this team is a bunch of hacks.
I gotta tell you something. I hate the French.
If you know, you know. The good this week. That's good, Anthony. I like that. Good callback to the IJ. How about, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I, as a girl dad, okay,
Well, not just a girl dad.
but I am a girl dad.
Yeah.
I am a boy dad, but I'm a girl dad. I was a girl dad first. And as a girl dad, I am inclined to let my child choose whatever activity she wants to be involved in and be interested in. And she's super into gymnastics since the Olympics started. Like, she wants to do gymnastics this fall. And she will.
I got a place for you, man.
Yeah. Oh, we'll sign her up. We're going to sign her up, and she's going to do gymnastics. When she turns 3, you have to be 3 usually to do dance, gymnastics, stuff like that. And potty trained, which she's fine. So I have become a big fan of the United States women's gymnastics team. Now, we talked about the men's team last week. But what I loved seeing, and this deserves to be the good, yes, Simone Biles has won all the medals, sure. Jade Carey won the medal. Jordan Childs won the medal. The medals are all great. But what's really cool, and what grows the game, and what somebody like Sabrina sees and will look back on in 4 years when the Summer Olympics are back, and she's almost 7 years old and involved in sports and after school activities and such, she can look down and say, wow, my favorite gymnast showed incredible respect to a competitor. And what I mean is the show of respect by Team USA, Simone Biles and Jordan Childs doing the bow down to the Brazilian star, Rebecca Andrade, after Andrade won the gold on the uneven bars a couple days ago. I don't know if you saw the picture. You saw it? It's Simone Biles and Childs like going like this, and Andrade's like this in the middle. Like, and so Simone Biles and Andrade are friendly. They're all like, Rebecca is like adopted Team USA. Like, they're all like close. They all give each other hugs after their routine, and they all cheer for each other. And it's so cool to see that between different countries, especially for somebody young, maybe a little bit older than Sabrina, but like for a 5-6-year-old or 7-year-old or even older that is trying to get into something, and they see, wow, these girls have really gotten it down, like how to show each other respect and how to be classy. They're all winners, right? You're a winner just for being there. But to all medal, and finally Andrade gets the better of Simone Biles, because it's always them really two against each other. It's not even a contest for most things. But it was just a really cool sign of respect and sportsmanship. I'm all about sportsmanship. I'm not saying everybody gets a medal or everybody gets a participation award, but that was really cool.
That was your good?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your bad.
No, that
That was
is
brilliant.
Well, I thought you had a continuation to the story.
No continuation.
Oh, okay.
That's the good. It was beautiful. It was just a really cool thing to have happen.
Did you not hear the continuation?
What?
I think it was a football player.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Yes, some unknown. What's his name? Look him up.
I forget his
who,
name.
Simone's husband.
No. Some
He-
random tweeted.
Some random. He's in the NFL, but he goes, that is literally disgusting.
Marlon Humphrey. He issued an apology following his controversial tweet.
I mean, Marlon Humphrey is a Pro Bowl caliber player, though, so it's not like it's a nobody. So that has
Well,
something to it.
you're a nobody when you're talking like that about 3 Olympians. That nobody cares.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is I don't know Marlon Humphrey, obviously. Listen, if you want to come talk about it on the show, you can, more than welcome to. But I don't know. Some people just really hate losing.
Right.
That's what it is, you know. Where it's like, yeah, Simone Biles is the GOAT. I think she's personally one of the greatest athletes, period, of all time.
Absolutely. It goes without saying.
But I don't know.
She has a skill named after her.
She's so good at the sport. They're like, hey, you can't do this move that only you're so good, only you can perform this move, so we're going to ban it.
Yep. Like, she's raised the bar
Yeah.
and raised it 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 to where there's just a new level of difficulty. Like, nobody has the level of difficulty, but yeah.
Like I could see why Marlon Humphrey said something, because at a certain extent, right, you do want to be pissed off for greatness. You don't want to be happy with losing.
Well, they're saying something and they're just calling sportsmanship disgusting.
Exactly.
But I don't think getting a silver medal in the Olympics is losing. Really?
Are we being technical, or are we being, technically, yes.
I mean,
you're the loser.
I mean, if I won a silver medal in the Olympics, I wouldn't feel like a loser.
I don't think making the Olympics.
I don't think any of them are losers.
I mean, realistically, like, I can never put myself in this position because I'm not an elite athlete. If I made it all the way to the Olympics and I took silver, I'd be pissed.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, you want to win a
It
gold.
would fester. I would be upset.
I mean, it really depends on how you lose. Like, if you give it your best, like, you can't get mad. But if you, like, messed up, son.
Fair. No, I get it.
It was just like in my golf tournament this weekend. My team didn't win, right? My team didn't win. But I played really good golf this weekend. And so if I part a hole and my opponent birdied it, I'm not getting mad at that, because I played a great hole. He just made better shot. He just made his shots. He made better shots. Because you can't control, especially like in gymnastics, you can't control how anybody else does.
No, it's you against you.
Right. I mean, in the team final, yeah, Team USA won gold. But, like, the men's team won bronze. And that was the first time they medaled since 2008. And so, I just don't think I could see that as losing at that point. That's a huge deal to
Oh,
medal.
absolutely. Like, that's the thing, is like, it'd be like, if I were to get a silver, I'd be like, damn, what do I have to do to get gold next time? That's the
Right.
first
Well,
thing
then
I'd
there
be
is
like,
that. Of course, I'm sure every competitor is
Yeah.
thinking that. But I don't know that I would go on X or Twitter or whatever and say that
It's
was literally
disgusting.
disgusting.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
It's
I
just
don't
in
like
poor taste.
that. I agree.
Thank you for bringing that up. I saw
Yeah,
that
thank
today.
you.
No, the bad number 2 are the Chicago White Sox. I know this is an Olympics show today, but 21 game losing streak.
Could have went to 22, but it didn't, baby.
It did not.
Do you know, I don't want to hijack your segment. The worst part, I don't know if this is in your notes, we talked about it a little bit. The worst part about that whole 21 game losing streak is they didn't sell off more pieces.
Well, I was gonna say Miguel Vargas was traded from the Dodgers to the White Sox, and there was a picture of him
He looked so sad.
in the midst of their 21st loss in a row. And think about that. So I texted in the group yesterday or whatever day I was going to put it in the segment that the White Sox at the time hadn't won a game since a week before Harden was born. He was born on July 17th, and it was more than a week prior the last time they won a game. And they just did win a game to snap their 21 game losing streak. But Vargas went from the Dodgers, the
NL favorite.
the
Dodgers.
NL favorite, contender, World Series favorite.
To one of quite possibly, this could be the statistically worst season of any baseball team ever.
Dude, 21 games in a row.
Nicky, like,
How do you
I know
get
you're
up
not,
and go to the field the next day?
I know you're not huge into baseball. These guys are like 20, I think they're like 29 and 80,
Yes.
Ooh,
and like 88. Like, it's insane,
that's
dude.
actually terrible.
How do you lose 21 games in a row? How do you wake up and go to the ballpark and lose every game for 21 games?
And then, like, yeah, that's crazy. And knowing how baseball is, it's probably like, yeah, they lost 7 in a row, then they had a day off, then they lost another 7.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. My thing, too, is, like, if you're Garrett Crochet, he was their biggest trade chip, they had, he was anticipated to go somewhere. If you're Garrett Crochet, why would you come out and be like, I'm only going to go to a team that's going to use me as a starter, I don't want to go back to the bullpen? Dude, if I was in the midst of a 21 game losing streak, I would be like, get me out of here. You know that Garrett Crochet guy? We just killed him.
Get him out of here.
I would do absolutely anything to get out of that situation. I don't care if I have to be the closer on the Yankees. Get me out. We'll figure
Right.
it out later. I'll go get my money somewhere else. But to have
That's
those
a bad situation.
to have those demands, and that's when you really sit there and you think about it. Like, Garrett Crochet as a player, like, does he care about the sport, or is it just about money now? Because he said, I'll only accept a trade to a team that is going to extend me. So you don't care about being the worst team in the league, historically could be the worst team ever. You're
You
worried
don't
about.
want that. You don't want to be a part of that. Nobody wants to be a part of that, right? Who cares if they pay you? They suck. They're terrible.
And it took a
I
while.
wouldn't play with the White Sox right now.
It took a while for them to finally clear out their front office, which they did. I believe it was last offseason. But it's like, dude, it's bad. It's bad contracts all around. It's aging people. It's just people underperforming, and it's every year you think they're going to sell players off, and they don't.
It's really, really bad. It's a sad state of affairs in Chicago.
For a team that was so good a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Last year's season preview, I know it was the one on my porch. I had them making it to, I think it was like the ALCS or they were winning a playoff series.
Yes.
I had the White Sox winning a playoff series, and now they're the worst team quite possibly of all time.
That's so bad. It's true though. You're absolutely right. No, I don't think that was a hijacking. I think that was needed. It needs to be said that despite snapping the 21 game losing streak, that is horrific. You can't come back forget coming back, but that's just Oh, who would want to be on that team? Nobody. Nobody's going to the games.
No, you're going to see the Cubs.
Yeah, just go watch the Cubbies.
And that's the thing too, is with a team with such, from a city that cares about sports, those are like the worst. There's one thing that I wrote on the notes last week that we really didn't get to talk about when it comes to baseball, but it's like the difference between the Cubs and the Rays, right? The Rays sold at the deadline, the Cubs bought at the deadline. It's really funny what a market can do, right? Like the Rays statistically had a better chance in the playoffs than the Cubs did. Rays sold because they know they now have to reacquire some superstars. They have to get some better players. I mean, they traded Randy Arozarena, who was the face of their team. I mean, Wander Franco was the face of their team. He's not the face of their team anymore.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, they have some pitching injuries, but they sold pretty much everything. Yandy Diaz is the face of their team now, and they're good at acquiring players and getting the best out of them. We've seen that. But still, they're selling because the AL East is super competitive, and they're in Tampa, and nobody cares about baseball.
Right.
You have the Cubs, which is one of the most historic franchises in baseball, in a city that cares about sports, and they're like, nah, we're going all in. It's like, what? Like, how, like, it makes no sense to me, but it's really funny what markets can do, and I think markets, I'm gonna ask your guys' opinion, like, should markets matter? Like, I understand why, but like Giannis staying in Milwaukee, right? I'll make that baseball or basketball terms for you, right?
Okay.
Like Giannis staying in Milwaukee, like, why?
Why not?
But that's the thing is like nobody in Milwaukee's not a basketball town.
That's true, but I don't know. A lot of I feel like in basketball, there's a lot more loyalty to your city.
To an extent, I think so.
Dame with
Portland.
Portland, Russ with OKC, Steph with the Warriors.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more loyalty in the NBA. So
Like that's the thing, and I mean, I'm trying to think of like a hockey, John Gibson.
There's tons of loyalty.
You know what I mean? Like Gibson could have left. He could have gone to a hockey city. He's in Anaheim.
That's a silly thing, but yes.
it just seems like the guy in the White Sox you're talking about isn't doing it for the loyalty.
Crochet? No,
Yeah.
not a chance.
No, it's about the money. We answered the question. It is about the money. And it's a shame because if he would accept not being a starter, then a lot of teams would have wanted him. A lot of teams would have taken him. The Yankees could have taken him to close games because we know Clay Holmes isn't doing that.
He did it today, thank God.
Today he did, yes. Yay. He didn't do it on Saturday, or Sunday, I should say. Didn't do it then.
They won, but he blew that save too.
Yes, he did.
It's unbelievable.
I was watching it. We were watching it on the golf course, and sure enough, we had rain delayed, and he blew the save before the rain delay. It's just a mess.
So, I don't know what's on the docket for
Olympics.
today. Okay. We've talked a lot of Olympics. Well, I have another question that's going to spark some conversation here. I'm totally hijacking your plans. But there's been rumblings of a Brandon Ayuk trade. We've heard this, right?
Yes.
They have framework in place. Ayuk is out there saying, I'm not going to the Patriots. I don't want to go here. I don't want to go there. My question to you, do non-free agents have too much control over their own destiny?
Specifically in the NFL.
Specifically in any sport. Let's use it in the IU case. Let's let that be there.
I think they deserve to have the control.
I think it depends on who you are. I
disagree.
You think the player should have all the control?
I think they have the right amount right now. Is that what you're saying? It's all the control?
I don't think Brandon Ayuk. I don't think he should have any say in where he goes.
Okay.
It is not up to him. He is not a free agent. He signed a contract that said, I am going to play for the San Francisco 49ers for this amount of time, for this amount of money.
Okay, and here's how I'm looking at it. He's not a free agent. He's not a player on the roster. He's not a tradable piece. He's a human being that has a life. And if he wants to control where he's playing, he should be able to.
Yeah, but what if there's not a fit on the other team? And what if there's
Then
not
they
a...
don't take him.
I think there are some players you're saying all sports. I know that, especially with hockey, I mean, there are guys, I mean, where there's tons of no-trade clauses in all sports, but in the NHL, there's a lot of them. And,
Baseball, it's popular. as
right.
well.
I know that as an Islanders fan, not all jokes aside that I make about the team, there was a while in the mid to late 2000s, early 2010s, where you had multiple players be acquired by the Islanders in trades that were like signed by another team. I'll take Evgeny Nabokov, who was a goalie, notably of the Sharks. But I think he was under contract with the Red Wings at the time, or a different team, and the Islanders acquired him, and he said, "No, I'm not coming." So I know as an Isles fan that there are players that don't want to play for the Island because of XYZ reason. There are players that don't want to go play in Anaheim for this reason and that reason. But that is earned usually in the NHL by tenure, mainly, and status in the league. So like Sidney Crosby is going to get to pick where he goes. If he wants to leave the Penguins and he doesn't want to play for the Predators, then he's going to be able to reject a trade to any team. But let's take a guy like Cal Clutterbuck. No, because he's got a lot of clout too. I don't know. Give me an average NHL.
Joel Eriksson.
Sure. Eriksson. If he says, I'm only going to play for a team in California, let's say, I only want to play for a Canadian team, because there's players that have said that, you know, at the end of their career, maybe they want to play closer to home, whatever.
Of course.
No, he shouldn't have that ability. He's an average NHL player. Oliver Wahlstrom is on the Islanders. That's an average NHL player. No, you don't get a no-trade clause. Who are you?
I think to a certain extent the players have to. I think it has to go both ways. The players have to treat it like a business because they realize that the team is treating it like a business.
Right. It's a business.
It is a business. It's different because we're not athletes. We're not doing it. But like, I can understand, hey, I really like being here. I love it here. My next contract, listen, I'm bought in. No matter what happens, I want a no-trade clause. Okay, cool. You've earned that right. You played well. You have that in your contract.
Like, I know, like, in layman's terms, like as a teacher, like you sign a contract, right? And it doesn't matter if you've been a teacher for 3 years, like myself, 2 years, like myself, or 30 years, like some teachers. You're all liable to get moved somewhere. You can all get moved somewhere.
And it comes, I was going to say, I think it comes with the territory of the profession you're in.
Once you're tenured as a teacher, you can choose that, like, you will have a job, but you can get moved.
That's the thing is, like, let's say I'll use you as an example. You were a very high-performing teacher in preschool, kindergarten, not preschool, sorry. In kindergarten, you were a high-performing teacher. They wanted to keep you there. You were like, no. They respected that.
Right, but if there was no availability anywhere else,
Guess what?
I'm teaching K again. And I already went through the process of getting bumped from 5th grade to kindergarten after my first year. Again, it's different in sports because it's a business, but there's this celebrity status that you can acquire, and within the sport, you get more say. There's more incentive. I'm a 1,000-point scorer in the league, or I'm the top scorer in the NBA. My name's LeBron James. I'm going to play wherever I want to play.
And like Nick, you mentioned like, hey, they're not an asset, they're not this, they're not that, they're a person. This is gonna sound really, really bad. No. If you sign a contract, you're an asset, brother. They own you.
Right, and it's the same in my profession
And
too.
it's like-
I'm not a person. I'm
sounds-
a number.
Okay.
It sounds horrible, but it's like,
No, it's just a delusional take, is what it is.
Take it from somebody that is a number. Myself.
You act like I'm not a number?
I'm saying I'm under contract. I'm under a contract with a salary. It's in a union. I'm a number. I'm a number. I could be eliminated like that, and nobody would care because I'm a number. I'm not. And they don't care. Okay, all of us say. Everybody that works.
So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about Brandon, not you. If he's not happy where he's playing, he's not gonna play good.
But that's not the team's
it's
problem.
not.
They don't care
Okay.
if he's happy.
If you
Unless,
Okay, then the team's gonna lose with him or trade him where he wants to go.
unless he's garnered status, which has he?
I think he
He has
has.
enough status for another team was gonna pick him up.
Is this Christian McCaffrey level?
It's not Debo, it's not CMC.
It's almost Devontae Smith.
Okay. So,
It is.
if you're fine. If you're taking a player like Ayuk, let's say he does have the clout to say, I want to play in New England. I want to play here. I want to play there. It's still up to the team to determine if that's a possibility. They can say, no, you're under contract with us and you can
They
play
can say no.
because it's a business.
Yeah, I'm not saying it should be in his control to just get up and leave and go wherever he wants.
No, but the fact is they had framework in for a deal, and he's like, no, I'm not going there. They had a deal agreed upon, and he's like, I'm not doing it. That's what the reports were.
And the question was, should he be allowed to do that?
There must be a good reason why he doesn't want to go there.
It's because they're not, well, yeah, but the reason he doesn't want to be in the Niners is because they're not paying him. They're not going to give him the amount of money he wants, which, cool, go get your bag. But at the same time, if I'm the 49ers and you're Brandon Ayuk and I have a contract signed that says, hey, you're getting $50 million guaranteed, if I want to cut you, guess what? I got to pay the $50 million.
Right.
I have to honor my part of the contract. Look what the Nationals were doing with Strasburg.
Right.
And that was, they scummed their way out of it, and I think that's going to curse their franchise. But
they gotta pay. You gotta pay the money. You have to pay the money. So it's a tough thing. It's a good question that you asked. And it's not really a black and white answer because a lot of people are gonna have different opinions on it. But I think generally Nicky thinks, yeah, they should decide. I think you have to have some kind of status. You can't just say I'm not saying Ayuk is nobody, but you can't just be somebody and say, I'm not going there because I don't want to play for that team.
And it's another thing, too, where let's say sitting out, let's say he pulls the Le'Veon Bell. I'm not playing this season because you didn't pay me what I wanted to do. Look what the Steelers did. The Steelers let him walk. He signed with the Jets. He was a massive, massive bust with the Jets. James Conner stepped in, and now that Le'Veon Bell situation single-handedly reset the running back market. Because they're like, oh, we don't have to pay these guys. Anybody else can step in as if you have a good scheme.
Right.
So
right,
I
because
think
James Conner wasn't Le'Veon Bell, but he looked like him.
I think Ayuk is just hurting himself by not going to a place where he can flourish and be wanted. Like, yeah, I understand why you wouldn't want to go to New England. I totally understand why you wouldn't want to go there. But go get your bag.
If they're gonna pay, it goes back to the whole thing we were talking about with the White Sox.
And that's exactly. Like if you're gonna be on, if you don't want to go to a bad team, right? You don't want to go to a team like the Patriots. Cool. Stay and ball with the Niners and leave in the offseason. you don't owe them loyalty to stay.
No.
Absolutely don't owe them loyalty to stay because again, they will trade you in a heartbeat. They've tried to trade you. So again, it's like that's why I asked this question because I was thinking about it on my ride over. I was like, this is like I want to hear your guys' take on it, and I'm kind of glad. And again, there's teams where I think the Niners have the luxury of not having to trade him because they can let him walk and still have talent.
Right.
The Panthers, I don't think they had to trade McCaffrey so much, but they had to trade Brian Burns.
Yeah.
Because, hey, if Burns leaves for nothing, we're screwed.
Yep.
Hey, if this player or that player leaves for nothing, we're screwed. They still got Debo. They have depth. Yeah, go. Bye. See you later.
I like it. Very good, Anthony. Good question. I like that. Switch it up a little. I just wanted to go through the Olympics real quick. It's a weird thing. I know we usually do like topics, but it's pertinent. So we'll do it. I just have some quick hitters, and then we can go into the grinders. The Olympics will be wrapped up by next week. I'm super excited because all the gold medal matches are starting to get closer in the sports where there's only one medal, one gold given out. But the United States has 27 gold medals now, and that leads all nations, as well as 94 total medals, which is 29 more than the next highest.
That's insane.
Which is China.
And another thing that grinds my gears is if I did in no particular order, this would be on my the greatest pole vaulter of all time won a gold medal for Sweden. He was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No, I'm sorry, born in Lafayette, Louisiana. That is an American medal.
There is an Italian skateboarder who I was watching this morning, and I forget his name, so forgive me. But he didn't make the United States team, and his father was born in Italy. Very Italian name, I forget. It sounds like Scorsese.
It's a Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Yeah, something like that. No, but he was able to qualify for the Italian team. I'm sure you have to be like 100% that ethnicity.
No, it's one of your parents has to be a citizen.
Oh,
because that's what happened with I don't remember his name, the pole vaulter. His mother's a Swedish citizen.
Gotcha.
Or
cool.
Was, yeah.
And so, since his father was born and raised in Italy, obviously he has citizenship there. And so there you go. And so it happens. And I don't know that he medaled, but still.
You got to represent Italy, which is cool. My thing, like, I understand, like, if you weren't good enough for the American team and you can go to the Olympics, yeah, go to the Olympics. But, like, brother, you are the best pole vaulter ever. Bring that home.
Yeah. Weightlifting is happening.
It's just starting.
Yeah. I watched a little of it today. Melissa let me watch one lifter do one clean. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm here to inform all the listeners that I did not qualify for the Olympics in weightlifting this year. See about next year. Or next Olympics.
We're all too old for the Olympics.
It's true.
No, I know some of them are old. Some of the shooters, the skeet shooters, were in their 40s.
Did you see that Cuban wrestler?
No.
He's like 46.
Wow.
Yeah. He beat a 41-year-old from Chile, and he's only wrestling for the Chilean team because he didn't qualify for the Cuban team.
That's amazing.
That's wild.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
That's incredible. Amazing. So Quincy Hall won the men's 400. The racing, the running is on. Track and field is in full swing.
U.S. is cleaning up, dude.
United States, the girls, the women are winning. The men are winning.
Shikari silvered.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then the women's basketball for United States are in the semis after beating Nigeria by only 14 points. The Nigerian team really actually put up a good fight in that game, but they're in the semis. I think that was expected.
Didn't their 3v3 team get bronze?
Yeah, I think so.
The 3v3 team got bounced in this.
That was the men's,
They
I
got
think.
bronze.
I think
Yeah,
the
but
women
women's.
got bronze. I think
Oh, yes, the men got bounced.
HVL's on the team, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
That's awesome. They should have got gold, but whatever. The 3v3 was exciting. The 12-second shot clock, that's awesome. It just,
Keep it moving.
oh my God, it was awesome. Very exciting. And then the United States men's water polo team is also in the semifinals. It was a sport I brought up 2 weeks ago. It's been fun to watch. The handball today, the France handball I talked about, it was awful.
Did you see the climbing?
Yes,
It was like 4 seconds.
the speed climbing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I said there's one more thing I want to bring up too with the Olympics. Did you see the men's 100-meter dash? How close it was? Obviously,
Yes.
it was like within
Yeah.
hundredths of a millisecond. I read something that how much athletes are improving. The fifth place finisher would have been faster than Jesse Owens in the 40s.
That's insane.
He was considered the fastest man alive in the 40s, and he would have placed 6 out of 5 in 2024. That's insanity.
Right, there's so many
It's crazy.
things that help you do better. The
And it's-
equipment, the training.
Well, that's the thing too, and it's
structure.
just it's running. It's how far we've come in training and research, and hey, this is how you can get the most out of your muscles, and blah blah blah.
the
blah.
footwear.
Yeah,
The footwear makes a difference. It's custom molded to their foot. Just and then the nutrition. I'm sure those guys were eating hot dogs. Like even the hockey players back then, they'd have a beer in the locker room in between periods. They don't care.
that's awesome.
It's just not how
It's
it
a
goes in sport.
Picture of Len Dawson ripping a dart on the sideline.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Super Bowl I or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. No, it's all good. That's all. It's all so cool. There was track cycling on this afternoon. It's just crazy how many sports there are represented, and there's like, oh, this I forgot about this. Oh, this is going on too.
What's funny to me too is just people like dedicate their whole lives to just one absolutely not ridiculous thing because it means something to them, but like the canoe slalom.
Wild.
It was awesome.
The kayaks
The one where they have to like flip up under the water.
Yes!
That was nuts.
Oh,
I
Melissa.
would drown and die immediately.
Melissa
I wouldn't go
was so into that.
Me too.
We were watching it. It's still what's cool about Melissa is that she's into sports for 2.5 weeks, and that makes me happy because we'll put it on and she'll be like into it
We
with
gotta
me.
get her into football, man.
Forget
I know
about
she
it.
just doesn't care because Mark Sanchez isn't on the team anymore.
That's right. We're
Just
looking at
for you.
you, Melissa. She had the whole door with Mark Sanchez on it. The whole door. Oh my God! You know what she liked his butt, and he was known for the butt fumble.
We gotta get you back into football.
Anyway, yeah, the Olympics are in full swing. It's so fun. I will go home and watch a replay. But I was gonna say, Melissa will just throw on a replay of something. She's like, "Ooh, let's watch this."
That's cool.
Okay,
That is
doesn't
cool.
matter what it is.
Yeah, I'll watch sports.
She did not want to watch the weightlifters or boxers today, but that's okay. I'll watch the replay later. Anyway, Grammy's Grinders of the Week. Grammy's Grinders of the Week is here, and Anthony's going first.
This one's tough because I have an actual one and then I have another Hall of Fame possible.
See, the Hall of Fame is an exclusive
Yeah.
bunch.
Freddie Freeman's son, who is 4 years old. He's back from Guillain-Barré disease, and he's doing well.
Yes,
I was like, I had my grinder already planned out, but then that happened. So
he could be under consideration for the Hall
Under
of Fame
consideration.
Yeah, he'll be in the
class.
next voting class.
okay,
Right.
under consideration.
At
Okay,
the end of this calendar year, we'll have
We'll
the
have-
voting class.
we'll have a
Yes.
It's a nice ceremony. Okay, my Grammy's grinder of the week. It's a man we've ragged on many a times. on this
JaVale
podcast.
McGee. Oh.
It is Mr. Aaron Bleepin Boone, manager of the New
Oh,
York
he did a
Yankees.
good thing though.
Yes. It only took him, 6 seasons to stop being their friends. What has happened was Aaron Boone has finally put his foot down and acted like a manager and sat down a player underperforming. That player being Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres is nonchalant in the field. He's not running balls out. He's not having a good season. Trade candidate. I think he should have been traded last season. Nonetheless, he was on the team this year. He was not doing well, and they brought on Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm lit a fire on the team, did not light a fire on Gleyber Torres. So what did Aaron Boone finally do? He said, Gleyber, you're out of the starting lineup, sorry. He pulled him in the middle of the game because he didn't run a ball out.
I loved the conversation, and John Boy did a lip
Like a
reading.
Q&A, yeah.
A lip reading of the play in slow motion, and he said, I pulled you out of the game, or I took you out of the game. That was that.
And what does that do? Oh, Gleyber Torres remembers how to hit all of a sudden. Gleyber Torres remembers how to play second base all of a sudden. And now you're opening the door for guys like Oswaldo Cabrera, who, guess what, hit a home run today, playing second. So
I think it needs to be studied how lax he got. It really needs to be talked about.
it's insane.
Because the Yankees market, you want to talk about markets. The Yankees are not a team where the fans or the management are going to let a player do that.
No.
But somehow,
Well, they'll let a player do that if he's MVP like Robinson Cano was.
right.
MVP caliber.
But Gleyber Torres has never been that,
No.
and he's been allowed to kind of walk all over the team, make himself a staple in the lineup, and just underperform and not even look like he cares.
It's like you're looking at it's like, what are these guys doing? It's like Verdugo forgot how to play baseball for 3 months. He's doing better now, but he was still hitting leadoff and then fifth and then sixth. Like, dude, what are you doing? I just don't. It wasn't being a manager. It was like it literally felt like Sandlot ball. And one thing I read today was why the Yankees pursued Jazz and got Jazz so early is because apparently Aaron Judge is like one of the best leaders in baseball per a lot of the insiders. They're like he has total control over that locker room. Like people respect him, so they knew Jazz wouldn't have an issue. Like Jazz would come in and immediately Aaron Judge they would mutually respect each other. Is he running the show? You might as well try to let him because Boone hasn't done anything in the last since
Right.
2017. And it's like you got guys like Girardi's on the broadcast now, and he's like, "Well, I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done that." It's like, yeah, maybe we should have kept Joe.
Joe wasn't a bad manager.
Sorry.
Let's just say that. He was not a bad manager. Listen, it's really hard to follow Joe Torre, okay? That goes without saying, and he had to do it. He had to follow Joe Torre.
And he won a World Series with him the first 2 years.
Yes. He opened the ballpark with a World Series.
It's insane.
That's amazing. The All-Star Game, World Series. Joe Girardi. I mean, now he's in the booth. Bring him back. Joe. I'll take Joe Torre back.
I like Brad Ausmus on the bench.
Yes.
I like him.
Great manager.
But again, it's you look at all these teams. Look at what the Rangers did. Yeah, they had $1 billion middle infield, but Bruce Bochy knows what he's doing.
Bochy's a great coach. He's another one like Joe Torre. He's
Yeah.
just a winner.
And then again, you have let's look at the White Sox with Tony La Russa. They had that absolute stacked
Winner.
team. He was a winner. They were okay. He goes away. It's the same roster, and they're not winning anymore. Maybe he had a point.
Nicky, who's your Grammys grinder of the week?
My Grammys grinder is Djokovic for winning his first gold medal against Alcaraz.
That was a pretty impressive match.
Yeah.
And Alcaraz is not a joke.
No. Although he played a doubles match right before that match, Djokovic didn't. So say what you will, but it's still cool. He won his
A gold
first
is a gold.
medal, yeah.
Deservedly so. And
I think it makes him the GOAT, TBH.
and he did it on a bad knee.
Yeah, he just came back from ACL.
Yeah. And he re-injured it.
Yeah.
He retweaked it. So his knee has not been good, and so then he just won a gold. That's pretty impressive. Very good. That is a grinder, even though he's the GOAT.
Yes.
One of the GOATs. I mean, there's so many GOATs in tennis because there's so many tennis players.
Well, there's the big three, but I think there's a big one now.
Who's the Spanish dude? Rafa.
No.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked Rafa and his headband.
Andre Agassi's up there.
It's Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal. That's the big three.
Federer,
But I think Djokovic has now become the one.
debatable. I think that's a fair take.
I think it's less debatable than LeBron and Jordan.
I'm not going there. Michael Jordan is better.
Who's
Stop.
your grinder?
There's a double grinder, and it's not specifically a person, it's two nations. St. Lucia
Okay.
won their first and then second ever medal as a nation. And Dominica won its first medal as a nation. So Julian Alfred won gold in the women's 100 for St. Lucia. And then Thea Lafond won for Dominica in the long jump. And the video, I know you've seen the video of St. Lucia. There was like a square in St. Lucia, and they were just going berserk during the women's 100 when Julian Alfred won gold. It's so cool to see this happen when like a whole country, a small country, rallies behind these athletes. Even the United States rallying behind like the women's gymnastics team and anybody that's doing well, which is pretty much everybody. And it brings kind of everybody together despite whatever's going on the outside. It's kind of cool to watch, especially when these countries win their first Olympic medal. That's a huge deal.
That's really cool.
It's big for a tourist country.
Right.
That's what they're known for, being
Right,
in the Caribbean.
Right. But then there's these residents that live there and nobody cares about them really, on the outside. And they still care about where they're from.
Yeah. Hey, we're not just a stop on your trip to Jamaica.
Right, exactly. And so the Caribbean is celebrating two of these nations who have, not the Dominican Republic, it's Dominica. Well, Thea Lafond was very clear when she was explaining. She stopped the reporter and said, just to be clear, we are a nation of just about 200,000 people, and it's Dominica, not Dominican Republic. Thank you.
Where is Dominica?
It's down there.
Caribbean.
It's down there. But yes, those are my Grammys grinders of the week. Meanwhile, the United States has 94 medals. Doesn't make them less special, but your first is definitely super special.
Yeah.
First ever. How cool.
Oh, yeah, cool.
This has been Sports and Spaghetti. Thanks for hanging with us on whatever day you watch this. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Sports and Spaghetti Pod and on TikTok at Sports and Spag Pod. And Sabrina's got a message for you now.
Bye. Click to subscribe. See you next video.
Just do what she says. I'm Chris. That's Anthony. That's Nick. There's some cereal here. I hope you enjoyed that fiasco. I hope the spider's doing all right outside. If you missed that, then go back. Nick had a freak out today. Nick had a freak out about cereal and spiders. Of cereal and spiders.
Not for my son, then.
That's the title of the episode.
Lunches and oats.
The title of the episode is Of Cereal and Spiders. That's it. Anthony, take us away.
All right, you heard from Chris that is Chris. I'm Ant, and that's Nicky. The spider is outside. The cereals
that was the guest star.
The cereals are soggy.
An actor.
Very soggy.
As always, hug your loved ones. Eat some cereal before it gets soggy. And as always, stay full.